Deep Spit Jitsu. Welcome everybody. It's Apex Safety. We're back. It's your favorite ninja. We're here to talk about this deep spit and all these things that are going on in life. So today we're going to talk about Logan Paul, who is scared to fight. Now listen, I know a scared fighter when I see one. Logan Paul is definitely worried about fighting, but it's not the guy you think he is. Logan Paul is scared of the thing that all real men are really scared of: your personal demons. So Logan Paul is battling demons, and I'm going to explain to you why. If you don't battle your personal demons, they'll come out in the open, like how Dylan's talking about Nina. So if you don't want to deal in Nina's situation on your level of exposure that you got currently, you got to face your demons. And so we're going to teach you in this video. Listen, brother, I know you got some personal demons. Everybody got some demons they got to deal with. But the problem is Logan Paul's going about it the wrong way, and you're seeing a prime example of what happens if you go about this in the wrongest way possible. So your demons will always figure out a way to make themselves public at the worst time if you don't take care of them behind the scenes in private like real men do. So I'm going to teach you how you are not going to be frustrated and embarrassed in the public sphere of life, because I'm going to teach you how to identify your demons, how to get them to come out, and then how to battle and confront them. So you don't end up like Logan Paul, embarrassed in front of millions of people on the internet, being made fun of literally every single day. This is amazing, because I think we're going on like 3 weeks straight and new pictures every day. Like, we're the Dylan's research team. Excellent job. So let's get ready. Let's get into it, because we got Deep Spit Jitsu. All right, so if you want to be able to conquer your demons, there's a couple of different conditions you got to put yourself in to be able to expose what your demons are. So we all got particular demons from how we grew up, our environment, things that pretty much traumatizes us as young kids, and then they manifest themselves as you get older. And if you don't solve those problems early on in life, hey, look, you're going to have a lot of problems. So the first thing you want to do, if you want to be able to expose your demons and figure out yourself, you got to start to subject yourself to high pressure situations, high stress, and risk to figure out what your stress points are at. Because it's only when you're in your stress points that you begin to even identify where the demons lay. And see, that's one of the big problems that Logan had primarily, was he's been kind of like catered as a child star. So he became rich and famous, had all this status and everything at a very, very, very young age. And this is the gift and the curse of being a very rich young guy. You don't really get exposed to the harshness of environments, because money acts as an insulator to keep you away from your bad choices. So you can make bad choices after bad choices after bad choices before it finally comes out of that bubble of like your protection. And so now Logan has gotten to the highest levels of like stardom and fame and attention. And apparently he made a very, very, very bad choice when it came to women. And so now he's dealing with the repercussions of that, because Dylan Dallas is exposing that, hey, Logan's out here simping. He's not really as confident as he thinks he is, because he was really that confident and he was really that thorough about how he goes about his life. He would do a little bit of research on who he was dating, especially who he's going to marry. And this is so much like a lot of guys. A lot of guys have issues with finding love or loving themselves and self-esteem and all that other stuff. And so sometimes they make very bad romantical choices because they view like a woman's attachment, because a lot of women have attachment issues, not necessarily love, but attachment issues. And they look at that almost as love. It's almost like not getting love as a kid. So you look for love in other places, and especially in the wrong places where you can find love easy. But as a man, you got to love yourself, man. If you don't love yourself, hey, it's all going to be all bad, brother. So if you want to learn how to figure out where your demons lie, start bringing stress into your life. Start taking more risk. Start figuring out what makes you fold, what makes you tick, what makes you go a little bit crazy. Because then that's where the truth comes into who you really are. And that's why I'm saying Logan's not scared of Dylan. He's scared of what Dylan represents, which is his personal demons. Another way to find out where your weak points are at, where your personal demons may lie, is like listen to people who ridicule you. Listen to people who talk bad about you, and listen for constructive criticism. A lot of times what people think is people hate on them is actually valid construction criticism. So if people are not making just emotional attacks, if they actually point out real facts about you, you should probably keep heed, pay attention, and see what they're talking about, because chances are it might be something that might be able to expose where you're weak at. See, a lot of times people look at hate and criticism as a bad thing. I don't look at it as a bad thing. I listen to everything. I listen to the good things and I listen to bad things. And Chelsea Soda has a great saying: don't believe what they write about you, but it's okay to read it. And because when you read, you get information, because perception is reality. What people think and they perceive you as, a lot of times is the reality of a situation. Now, you might see it differently because you're in it And it's almost impossible as just a human being to be able to identify like flaws and good things while you're actually in it. You can't really understand till you're outside. You get a chance to look at it from a bird's eye view. So if you're not looking at things from a bird's eye view, chances are you're not going to be able to identify where you're weak at. And if you don't have pretty good guys to teach you and show you and tell you the truth about yourself, you're going to even be way more lost. And that's kind of where Logan's at. Logan has a bunch of cronies that are kind of dependent on him for paychecks, and they're kind of scared to lose their paychecks. So they'll tell them and say whatever he needs to say to make sure they keep a job, which is a recipe for disaster in the long run, because you need to be around guys who sharpen you. You need to be around guys who are going to sit down, tell you the truth about yourself, so you can be able to identify where your weak points at. Because if you don't have anybody telling you, you don't have any rivals helping you out. And this is why he really needs to give Dylan a big thank you. If you go watch my other video, I made a video about how Dylan, we all owe Dylan Dennis a thank you. We all should be a little bit more like Dylan Dennis. Because if you're good to people and you really love them, care for them, you'll be willing to tell them the truth and deal with the repercussions. Because guess what? In the long term, it's better for them. Even though they might hate you at the first point, in the long run, it's going to be a better thing. Because at least you can go back in the past and say, hey, look, brother, I told you about this a long time ago. You chose to ignore me. Now that it's all fucked up and it's going bad on your end, now you want to come back and say, but look, you accept them with gracious and open arms, and you say, look, brother, I understand. Let bygones be bygones. Let's build now. And see, the problem with Logan, he's not open to being ridiculed. He's not open to like negative feedback. He wants to be just this almighty guy. He has the Homelander psychology, or the Homelander effect. If you guys have ever watched that show, The Boys, Homelander was like this child who was brought up to be a superhero essentially, and he has all these developmental issues because he had everything too perfect. He's all powerful, all knowing, but he's extremely insecure. And that's what Logan kind of reminds me of, a very insecure young boy who doesn't know how to exactly grow into a man. And since he doesn't have too many people who are on his level of money and power and status and wealth, there's not too many people that can really coach him through it, what to do. And the guys who are strong enough and powerful enough, they're probably not going to coach him because they want to see him fail. So he's really in a catch-22. So that's why it's very important. Listen to valid criticism. Listen to everything, but don't believe all of it. Just listen to it and then reflect upon it. And last but not least, listen, if you're going through a tough time and you're struggling and things are not working out for you and your demons are kicking your ass, change things up. Don't double down on bad choices. One of the big common things I know with most guys is they double down on bad choices religiously. Don't double down. Always sit back, reflect. If something's not working, it's insanity to keep doing over and over again and expecting better results. You're just going to put yourself in a worse predicament in the future. So what you do is you examine, you look, you see, damn, maybe me smoking crack is not the best idea. Maybe I should probably do something other than smoking crack because it's killing me right now. And so switch to something else. Maybe start chewing bubblegum, play tennis, figure out something else. Substitute whatever your bad choice is, substitute it for something else that's positive, that's going to change your life. If you do that for 30 days and you continue to do that, eventually you become a new person. You'll be able to conquer those demons. And now here's the thing. You'll never truly be able to conquer the demons completely, but what you can do is mitigate them so they sit in the back of your mind and so they don't come and affect your life like how they're affecting Logan. See, if Logan would have conquered these demons of having self-love and not feeling like a egotistic maniac, he would have been able to figure out that Nina probably wasn't with him for him. She was with him because he's just an easy lick and she can be taken care of by him. But because he was such an egotistical guy, he thinks that he's the best thing that ever happened to sliced bread. He's now in this predicament where now he's being ridiculed in front of the world. So listen, if you're in a bad situation, don't double down on bad choices. Change the way that you're going to look at things, adapt, grow, and you won't have to worry about such things anymore. So listen, I appreciate you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. For more videos, more content, subscribe, like, share. Appreciate you all. It's your favorite ninja. YouTube Jitsu out.